And we just have a little bit of time. Anyway, but the grounding is something that you can find again all over the internet. You can figure that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, engage in the senses. So those are some of the tools, right, that I think we can use. We can try, we can see what it is that works for us, what doesn't work for us, when it does, when it doesn't, all of that, right? So we need to be able to do some of these things to kind of reset. But we can't control the outside or the external, but we do the best that we can to control our bodies, our brains, and we can help our brains and our bodies to unlearn the impact of the storm itself. Yes. All right. So small, consistent practices. Those are the things that help us to recover. All right. Give thanks.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Kai. And like everybody else, we will take one question from the floor that goes to Dr. Kai. We'll take a response from her, and then one other therapist will add. So, Niall,
Greetings.
living. Go ahead, Niall.
Greetings. Thank you so much for this presentation. Also, as a trauma-informed therapist, I guess definitely want to expand that the goal of the nervous system is not to always to be calm, but to be connected to the present moment. Oftentimes, when we get dysregulated, we're not present to what's in front of us. We're dissociated from our body. We're dissociated from the present moment. So it's important to know that when we're doing all these tools, it's not always to be calm, but it's to be present in your body and connected to the environment around you and others.
All right. Thanks for that share. Dr. Kai, you want to say something in response to that?
There's a whole lot that I did not say. I have 10 minutes, right? So I don't really need to add anything. I'm going to go on and on and on. So
yeah,
so
okay.
I'll just leave it at that.
All right. We'll just take it as an additional point that we want to be, present. All right. All right. Thank you for that share, Holistic Living Project. That's Niall. Anybody else has a question? Going once for a question.
Yes, good evening. I have a question.
Oh, I was about to check the chat. The Michelles are on a roll today. Go ahead, Michelle Black.
Well, I teach, and I'm just thinking about going back into the classroom. I can't go in like business as usual. What would be something good for me to do with the students as I go back? I want to try to connect with them about everything that is happening. What is one thing I could do?
I'm so glad you brought that up, Michelle. Two things I'll say. The tough it out and build skills are key for everybody. They're for everybody. They're for children, they're for adults. We've actually done quite a few of those projects in schools. And we actually did, after Hurricane Beryl, we worked with about 600 teachers in the southern region and looking at the Return to Happiness, UNICEF's Return to Happiness program, including the Tough It Out and Build Skills, right? So that the teachers could also, because it was twofold, one for themselves and also for the students who had also been displaced, and everybody is in turmoil, right? So I think that that's a good set of skills that you can utilize. They're trying to roll it out again. So stay tuned, Michelle, so that we can do that and give the tools to the teachers to get back into school when that time comes, right? So stay tuned for that.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you so much. And I'm sure the Jamaica Psychological Association and all the therapists across Jamaica are talking about support at many different levels for students in schools, for the persons who are in the helping professions who are helping everybody, the JDF, the JCF, and of course, the people who have been directly impacted, who will need support for the next couple of years for some people. Based on the trauma that people went through, because it's many different levels. Thank you so much, Dr. Kai. It was such a pleasure having you all the time. So, of course, we have to have our Jamaican clinicians in the room. As much as we love our international clinicians, we love our Jamaican clinicians, and the mix is just beautiful. Thank you so much. All right. So that was Dr. Kai giving us a whole heap of strategies. I don't know who can type back all those strategies that Dr. Kai gave us in the chat. I would love for you to share those strategies in the chat. Anybody that can remember them. All right, at this time, we only have one speaker left, and we are doing our best. We will get you out of this room for sure by 9:30, but we'll try to do it before 9:30. So please bear with us there. All right. If you have other questions for Dr. Kai, please drop them in the chat. You can drop them directly to me if it's not a question that you want everyone to see. But if you have other questions for her, drop them. They will be gathered and submitted to her. If you're in the room, it's very likely that I have your email. So we'll be going through the email as well. I told you earlier that Dr. Carla Dunbar is on the call as well. And I don't want to say too much about what she will be doing in the recovery period. I will allow her 1 minute later on to share that. So it means that if you share stuff with us, we can find you support based on the projects that we're working on to give continuous support there in partnership. All right. So I'm going to ask you, while Cario is singing, if you have anything that you want to share with us, please put that in the chat. If you have further questions, put it in the chat. So we're going to take Cario Young right now. He's a Jamaican recording artist living in Canada, and he's just going to give us a little breather as we prepare for our final session. So please use the chat. Tell us what you've learned so far, any question that's on your mind, any projects that's in the making, and we're also sharing how you can work with us if you'd like to work with us to do an activation in Jamaica periodically. All right, Cario, you are on the floor.
Hi, everybody. You know, I've had to learn as well how to accept when I'm not okay. And I just want everybody right now to just, if you can, just put your hand on your chest and to just admit, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Because you don't always have to have a happy face. There'll be days when you're unhappy, and that's okay. You don't even need to be strong every day. It's okay to be overwhelmed and tired. It's okay to not be okay. Deep within, you have the strength you need. Life can be harsh, and that makes it hard to break the cycle. But it's okay. It's okay not to be okay. You can cry. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay. Express what you're feeling. It's okay. Yes. Yeah. You've been thinking that it's best if you run away. Oh, this world can be so cruel sometimes and lonely. But healing is a timely process, not a race. Don't compare yourself, you're perfect. Hey, it's okay to not be okay. Deep within, you have the strength you need. Life can be harsh, and that makes it hard to break the cycle. But it's okay. It's okay not to be okay. You can cry. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay. Express what you're feeling. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay. You can cry. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay. Express what you're feeling. It's okay. I want to just remind you that you're human. It's okay if it doesn't work the way that you planned. Sometimes the world may pressure us to feel unusual, but don't break. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay. You can cry. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay. Express what you're feeling. It's okay.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm glad you stopped right there. I was just about to cry and it wasn't bad tears. I was it is tears of joy to say, you know, while we're in this mind-boggling time, we can still, and today I was saying this, it's like I have to cultivate joy like a farmer so that when we go into the field to do relief, we can bring some of that joy. And the joy might not look like necessarily smiling. It's just enough strength to be able to go and deliver some care packages. It's just enough strength to say to the people in the room, if you're in the room and you haven't heard from your relatives, we're trying to work with Digicel, the persons that have built the platform to find your relative, and would love you to share your information here so we can share it with them. For me, that's what okay mean. Because if I just fold it up in my bed, we wouldn't have been having this session this evening. So it was just to cultivate enough joy to call Chantal and call Dr. Kai and call Dr. Brown and Rev reaching out to me and Damarley, and we're getting this together. For me, that's what joy means in this season. It doesn't mean that I'm smiling about what is happening in the West End. It means that I have enough joy to say there is still something that you can do, Tishana. There's still something that you can do, Michelle Black and Stacey Ann and Cecile and Andrea and Kadian and all of that. And that's what's going to bring us all to a certain place. Thank you so much, Cario. Please don't go your bed, because when we're leaving this evening, you're going to have to sing us out when we're leaving the room. Everybody in the chat, enough people want to know where to find the song. And I've had that song on replay when I was going through anxiety and I struggled with ADHD. And a lot of moments, that song carried me, which is why I asked Cario to come.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so
Yes.
much. You lifted us, Cario. Please
Thank
put
you.
the link to the song in the chat.
Yeah, I'll put them in the chat for everybody to get.
That's going to be a part of a lot of people's coping strategy, that song. So it's powerful what you did for us. So we have one question here that we'll take and then we'll put on Chantal. How do you recommend that someone navigate multi-layered, complicated family relationship dynamics during this time? Example, someone is now being asked to assist a parent or a sibling who hasn't cared much for them prior to this point. All right, so we'll ask a therapist that would like to respond to this to raise their hand. While I repeat the question, I look out for a therapist to raise their hand. How do you recommend that someone navigating multi-layered, complicated family relationship dynamics at this time? For example, someone is now being asked to assist a parent or a sibling who hasn't cared for you much to this point. So they never did care for you, but now, you know, they're in distress from the hurricane. And now you're being asked to care for that family member. How do you navigate that? Let me see which therapist hand is up. Is someone hand up that I'm not seeing, Damarley?
Seeing any hands? Okay, Dr. Dunbar.
Go ahead, Dr. Dunbar, and then we'll
Hi, yes, good evening. You see, just now when we heard from this song, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay, and I just want to draw on that it's okay that they weren't there for you at the time when they needed to be there for you. The good thing is that you are able now to be a source of strength and a source of relief and a source of help and courage for them. And so you shouldn't allow the fact that they weren't there to stop you from reaching out that hand. You have to remember what unforgiveness does. Unforgiveness is the root cause of many stresses, right? That leads to further medical complications. And so if you allow that to eat away at you, then you will find that you're on the worst end and not the better end. I think you should not that you're going to set your feelings aside indefinitely, because you have to deal with them. You heard the counselor, the therapist earlier. You have to deal with them, bring them to the fore and treat with them so that you can move on from there. But in this moment, in this time, we have to be able to put others before ourselves. You are in this time, you are spared, so that you are able to offer the relief that you can offer to your family members now, parents and whoever it is. And I think that you should take, joy in the fact that you're able to extend a hand to them at this point.
Thank you so much. So I will give this disclaimer. So I have navigated that myself. So I'm responding to you, Roxanne. So the situation is a little bit different, and I'm speaking to you from personal experience here. So I've been saying it publicly more and more because I've discussed it with my mother. The relationship with my mother has been very dynamic, and a lot of people who know her and know our relationship cannot believe that we have a very abusive past, right? And I won't go through the details to avoid any triggers, but my mother was extremely abusive. And during the COVID crisis, she was ill almost to the point of death. And caring for her in that way, most of my family members didn't believe that I would have been that caring. She didn't believe that I would have been that caring to her. I could almost see guilt in her eyes when I had to care for her because she was bedridden for a short period. And I did everything that you imagine that you have to do with a bedridden person during that month when she was bedridden. And it has strengthened our relationship. And there's a healing that took place that is very hard to describe. And trust me, we're still processing. Healing is a process, because sometimes when she's around me for long and says something that hits a trigger, I feel a little, like when you have a cut and there was a scab, but if you press on it deep enough, you will feel it. So even though we're healed, we do photo shoots together, we do a lot of stuff that we didn't imagine that we would be doing together as mother and daughter. It's mind-boggling that we're here. And she's saying, I love you, is even unusual. If she doesn't hear from me a day, and before that, it would be normal for 2 weeks to pass and I don't hear from my mother at all. That was normal. Now, it has to be every day. And a big part of that healing came from when she almost died during COVID, and I extended care. And my heart felt a sense of healing to know that I was able to care for somebody. Maybe that is the point of healing, but everybody's story is different. There are therapists in the room that you can have more detailed conversation with. And I would love to talk to you as well beyond this, Roxanne. Thank you so much. The chat is very active. My undergrad is in psychology, so let me just say that. My undergrad is in psychology, and I should have done my master's in clinical psychology, but then I went and did development, admin, and planning. So I have a good idea what I'm talking about. My therapists often say, you should be running your own session or give yourself therapy. So I'm happy to have been able to share. I hope that's helpful, Roxanne. Let me know in the chat. Yes, Mr. Winter, Dr. Winter. Big up yourself, Northern Caribbean University. I didn't realize you're in the room. Mr. Winter taught me psychology. Dr. Winter is in the room. Good to see you. All right, Chantal, at this point, the floor is all yours. I love the energy in the chat. Please keep it going. Chantal, please take over.
All right. Hi, everyone. Good night. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Chantal Monroe. I am a trauma-informed coach and the CEO and founder of CKM Healing Consultancy. So I'm going to go ahead and share this little presentation I want to bring us through. It's about how do we share without drowning? How do we continue to show up without putting ourselves at risk? Let me know if you are seeing this slide. Awesome sauce. So a lot is happening. A lot is happening or has been happening. And a lot of us are switching between surviving and giving of service. And the anxiousness that comes with what can I do? What can I do right now to help without thinking about the cost, right? And so we are going to talk about how do we help without drowning, knowing that healing begins in connection and not correction, understanding that there's a lot that is happening and there's a lot that you're feeling. Sometimes you might feel the guilt, sometimes you might feel the pressure, but you might also feel gratitude at the same time. And they're all okay. What you're feeling is real and realistic, but also before you jump ahead to help, consider the cost. Because we don't want you to jump ahead and help and then exposing yourself to what you're not prepared or trained for. And that's why I'm so grateful for this session, because you're getting some tools, you're getting some information to help, and help will be provided afterwards, so that when you do go into the field, you go out with awareness, you go out with cautiousness and compassion, right? As I mentioned before, a lot is happening. And healing begins with connection, not correction. A lot of people are feeling a lot of things that they don't know how to explain, right? And so they might respond in ways that you are probably not used to, not because they're ungrateful, not because they hate you, not because they want to disrespect you, but there's a lot that's happening, and a lot of persons don't know how to regulate their emotions, don't know how to be present, be calm, right? And offer compassion. And so healing begins when we truly connect, right? You don't have to be an expert, but just being human and compassionate and understanding towards your brothers and sisters, who all of us are going through a lot, right? And it's okay to be affected. It is okay. What has happened here has never happened before. And for lots of us who perhaps would not have gone through Gilbert or other devastations that happened before that, we are just now going through certain things that we've never been through before, and it's okay to feel affected or be affected, right? So we're going to look at two concepts here. Trauma-informed care focuses on safety and compassion, right? It deals with keeping or checking in first, as Dr. Kai said, with yourself, yes? And having checked in with yourself, having done your breathing, your gratitude, your tough it out and build exercises, you can then respond, react to help someone else. And then we think about salutogenesis. It's a big word, but it's a simple concept that focuses on strength and meaning. It's finding meaning with what's happening around you. It's finding the resources inside of you and outside of you that would help you to cope. So what strong characteristics do I have on the inside that can help? What are the resources on the outside that can help? Whether that is community, like how we're doing this right now, right? Going to the shelters that provide support. What are the things that are outside that I can control that can help, right? And so it's reminding us that healing is possible even in chaos, right? So we learn to collaborate with a trauma-informed care and not control. We learn to collaborate with persons with what they're going through, and we build trust through consistency. Healing is a process that it is layered, and it does take time, right? Earlier, it was mentioned that not because you try it now for 2 minutes and it will work. It's something that you continuously have to navigate. You have to utilize the tools over and over until you get to that point of feeling calm, of feeling present in yourself. Just like anything else, skills take practice, right? Skills take practice. And so you have to utilize the tools over and over, consistently. So what do we say to somebody who's feeling overwhelmed? Some things that you could consider saying. I can hear how heavy this feels, as opposed to, get over that, man. You don't lose nothing. You don't have no reason for I feel that way. Take it back. Check in with self. I can hear how heavy this feels. Yeah. because everybody is experiencing this situation differently. Yeah. Sometimes it's okay to just listen. And so you might ask, instead of pouring out, would you like me to just listen or think through next steps together? Because sometimes persons are not looking for advice, but they just need someone to listen so they can release what they're feeling on the inside. And one of the best ways to go through your layers of healing is to release it by talking. Yeah. Some persons feeling anxious or fearful, you can say to them, you're safe right now. One step at a time, one moment at a time, one day at a time. And so when somebody is dysregulated, the calm in our body is important, right? Validation helps the nervous system feel safe. And once your nervous system feels safe, then it's okay to go out, support in community. It makes no sense you rush ahead to go out not knowing what you might encounter and then traumatizing yourself along the way, because vicarious trauma is a real thing. What that means is that you show up to a situation and you might see persons displaced and other things. And seeing that can replay in your mind over and over and over for weeks. And that leads to other things that overwhelms your body's ability to cope. And we don't want that, right? Because we're trying to be healthy and safe to go out and properly help the persons who are in need. Yeah. So avoid saying things like, at least you still have. Try. That must be hard to carry. I don't understand it, but I'm here for you. Avoid saying things like, others have it worse. Try saying you're allowed to grieve this, because the truth is we're all going through something. I mean, we've gone through things before, you know, but now that this has happened, we're going through something plus tax. Yes? So you're allowed to grieve what you're feeling. When we minimize pain, we shut down emotion, and emotion we all have, male or female. When you validate it, it opens the door for healing and compassion. I know sometimes the first thing you want to say is, be strong, man, especially with the men. Be strong, man. How about we say it's okay to take your time? Because sometimes being strong does not, or being silent does not mean that you're strong. Yeah? So, how do we ask questions to support our elders and silent men and teens? Elders would have gone through a lot up to this point in their lives, right? And so there are some tools, healthy ones, that they've used to cope. And so it might help to ask, what has helped you through storms before? And you help to guide them through that. Yeah. For teens, what's one thing you'd like to do to help? Gently asking, and also being cautious of what you expose them to at this time. For men, how are you really holding up? And again, not because a man is silent means that he's strong. Sometimes the silence is deafening, and that alone can be so devastating, right?
We have to move to the wrap up now, Chantal.
Yeah, man, we're boiling down to it. And
Thank
so, spotting red flags for referral. When you see someone panicking, disassociating, saying or repeatedly saying, wanting not to be here, repeating stories without feeling relief, and total withdrawal from community. One of the things that you can say is that, you know, I'm glad you told me this. Would it be okay if I helped you find someone who could walk you through this journey a bit more closely, right? In community, our role is not to diagnose, it's to notice when help is needed and guide a person to that help. And as we share information, ensure that information is being shared to credible sources. And if you don't know something, it's okay to say that you do not know. So, some community emotional first aid kits. How's your sleep? Are you eating anything? Who are you talking to these days? And validating person's feelings. What you're feeling makes sense. You are not alone. and let's take it one moment at a time. Yeah. So as I wrap up, simple safety plan for anxious nights. One safe contact. It could be a friend, a spouse, a partner, a therapist, a pastor, community. Reach out to someone that helps you to feel safe. One calming object could be a photo, a verse, a scent, stress ball, fidget, some of the tools that would have been shared earlier between Dr. Kai and Dr. Brown. One grounding truth. This feeling is temporary. I am still here. Yeah. Sometimes at night, your body just needs to remember that it is safe and you are safe. And I think I did mention some of this before. Right.
Yeah.
Instead of saying you'll be okay soon, there's still a lot, and I'm proud of you. And with consistency, compassion, and community, we'll get through together. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Chantal.
You're
Don't want to
welcome.
rush you, but also don't
I
want to
understand it.
have any Zoom fatigue or, to be on too long.
Yeah.
Excellent. Lots of claps and round of applauses in the chat, which means that, people found this helpful. I particularly love that table that you showed in terms of what do we say. I'm loving the reactions that we're getting on screen. Yes, 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 yes. Keep them coming. So if you heard something from Chantal's presentation that was useful, let me see the love in the chat. Oh my God, I love it. So just before I ask anybody to ask a question, I was just wondering, is there anybody in the room that was directly affected? So of course, based on the feel of the session, you'd have realized that we sounded as if we were talking to persons who are caring for people who were directly affected. But it just occurred to me that people might be in this room who are also directly affected, like in one of those hard hit areas. If you are living in Western Jamaica and you had any catastrophic damage, or you're feeling particularly overwhelmed, I would like you to let me know directly or openly in the chat if you're happy to do that. If you're happy to share that openly, let us know that you are here, so that we can particularly speak to you as well. If you're in the chat and you have been directly affected, please let us know. I would like for you to also notice that there is a form. Damarli, I'll ask you to drop the form, that form that Rachel sent, so people can, interact and tell us how they felt about this session, if we should do another one. Remember, we have not taken the question for Chantal yet. I'm just sharing these things quickly because I know towards the end of a meeting, some people tend to log off and so on. So please, we just need about 8 minutes or so to close. So if you are here and you were directly affected, let us know. If you need another one of these, and another one will have different speakers, we'll have more beautiful music. And based on what I have learned from this session, I will also tweak my share that I do at the front, to share more strategies with you. So please share the form. They're saying they're not seeing the form, Damarli, so you can just share it repeatedly as we're taking the questions and so on. So we'll take one question, 2 responses, and then we'll ask 3 persons from the audience to tell us what you're taking away from here this evening. And then after those 3 persons, those who want to leave may leave. We're going to linger with those who are willing to stay to talk about the relief activities that we're doing. But we will end the session after the response to the question and the shares. All right? So if you have a question, you have something you're struggling with, or you just have a general question, please raise your hand. Antonio, thank you so much, my brother. I know it's probably 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the US, in the UK, and you stayed with us. All right, any questions for Chantal? Going once, going twice. All right. Not getting any questions here. So if the question pop up, go ahead.
Good night.
Go ahead.
I am in Kingston, and I suffer from anxiety disorder and depression. And ever since the storm, I've been getting a little of sleep. So what do I do with that? I'm also on medication for anxiety.
Yes, Chantal. So
Are you
just a
hearing me?
little since the storm, she is hardly sleeping and was already struggling with anxiety
Yeah,
and asking
yeah, because I was diagnosed with
how to deal
anxiety
with that.
disorder.
And the therapist in the room, if you know of any free counseling support, please also put that in the chat. If you know of free counseling support, please place that in the chat. Thank you. Go ahead, Chantal. Let's see if we can answer that in the 60-second version.
Yeah. So the question is, there were anxiety before the storm, and now that it has come, there's an issue with sleeping. That was a question, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. It's important that you remind yourself that you're safe. Dr. Kai had given one of the exercises earlier where the five things that you can see, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you practice those tools to remind yourself to also be present in the moment so that you can see for yourself that you are safe, right? And so one of the things that I do sometimes is I turn on the sound of instrumental music. If I go to sleep, put my phone on D&D, turn on instrumental music, and having done some of those coping tools to calm down my nervous system, and eventually sleep comes. If that does not help,
But
you
there's
could
something,
try.
some,
You
sometimes I have memory problems as well with it too as well.
Right, so I was just about to mention, so if that doesn't help, you could try what we call brain dumping. If it is a case where you find that a lot of thoughts are going through your head, get a piece of paper, get
Yes,
a
I
piece
was
of pen or pen.
doing loud.
Hold on, Bianca. Allow her to respond.
Actually, so,
Sure thing. Oh, so right. So I was saying, if it's a case where you have a lot of thoughts going through your head, get a piece of paper, get pen, write down every single thought that goes through your head in that moment. Get all of it out on the paper. All of it out on the paper, no matter how small it is, write out all the things on the paper. You can crush it, tear it up, toss it out. You can then practice breathing, as we did earlier, and remind yourself that you are safe, and you might want to do that a few times until your nervous system in your body comes to a pause, or not a pause, a calm and present.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chantal. I appreciate that. I hope that is helpful, Bianca. Someone shared in the chat, Sister Clark, the Bellevue Hospital, Jamaica offers free counseling sessions. And I know that sometimes as Jamaicans, we tend to put a certain label on certain places. The Bellevue Hospital offers mental health support in general, right? So we know how we like to think sometimes when we think of the Bellevue Hospital that it only cares for one type of mental illness. But if you are severely stressed, the Bellevue Hospital can support you as well with free services. All right, great. Thank you so much, Chantal. I'm literally going to use a stopwatch. I'm going to ask 3 people to give 3 60-second share. When 60 seconds expired, I'm going to lovingly say, the time is up. Next one. All right. So if you'd like to give a quick share about what you have experienced this evening, how do you feel about what you experienced, etc., I'll allow you to do that share right now. So I'll cut it down to 2 as a matter of fact. So let me see the 2 hands up right now. All right, Leon's hand is up. Go ahead, Leon. And then we'll only take 1 more. Leon?
Oh, hi, good evening.
Good
I
evening.
lost a signal briefly. I wasn't able to join for the entire one because I'm in a bad reception area, but I'm really thankful. I was stressed. How are we as a nation going to dealing with? impacted significantly because 3 days, like you, Tishan, have been on missions going down to Expo in the community. And this afternoon, well, the song We Shall Rise Again. I think it's a song sung 15 years ago for some crisis in Haiti. But I heard it myself. I found tears just running down my eyes to the point where I had to pull over. And I was like, yo, I just started to process all the image that was going through the stuff to hold back. I just need to hold strong and help people. But with
Yes.
60 seconds, I want to say, appreciate you taking the initiative, you professional, you doctors, making this available. Is available. I myself are going to seek some help because I can tell you that all of it. So again, thank you so much for making this available and making your services available and reminding us that we really need to take some time to fix our mental well-being.
Thank you so much, Leon. And we'll move right to Sherwood.
Yes, good night. Thank you so much. For tonight, what I'm taking away is that we should not ignore our mental health. And the 4 things I have written down, when especially in anxiety, have someone to call. That's someone that will listen. Have a calming object, maybe it's a picture or a song, a special song that really ministers to us. And
Yes.
to just remind myself that I am safe and that's okay. I have survivor's guilt, and one of the coping strategies just to remember I am safe and I am okay, and I love the song. It's okay not to be okay. And sometimes, you feel like you have to show strength, especially if you're the head of the family or in a certain role, you want to put up this front that you are strong, but there's a point you just have to be normal and have and express your true feelings
Yes.
and be honest that you're just not okay. And I feel relieved. I can say
I'm
that,
happy that you feel relieved. So just keep
Yes,
on
I feel
practicing the
relieved
coping
to
strategies.
show that it's just
Yeah.
okay not to be okay. Thank
Excellent,
you.
excellent. And Damarley, I'll ask you to share my number in the chat, the one that you have. Because the counselors, therapists, people in the room, if you have suggestions how we could do things differently, I'm very open to you sharing that. I'm a very, very open person. So if you have suggestions, the next session I can tell you, we'll have somebody sharing directly for if somebody have actually gone through the horrors and they live down there and they're able to connect. But because even if they're not able to connect, we'd like to save that and have something that we can share with them, and then somebody who will continue to help the rest of us who are still struggling with the different types of guilt and practical strategy. And I will have something new and fresh to share as well. So it might be 3 persons, me and 2 others. And of course, we might bring back Cario because he's just that amazing. All right. So I'm afraid that Renee and Michelle only have 30 seconds each to split. So just think about the 2 sentences that you want to share the most. Let's go with Renee Edwards White first. Renee, did I say your name wrong? Did she drop off? All right, let's go to Michelle Dixon then and close
So
it.
one of the speakers mentioned that we should carry Jamaica in our hearts and not on our back, and I found that that was a very potent piece of information for me because I tend to internalize everything. Also, this session has renewed my faith in the Jamaican mental health, how Jamaica deals with mental health, because I've been through it for the years trying to seek help. So now I feel like I actually want to go back and try to find another therapist because of this session.
Oh, fantastic. We love that. We love that. All right. All the persons who were not able to share openly, can you please share it in the chat? We read our chat around here. All right. So when everybody log out, we'll spend time and go through the chat. We'll copy and paste it into a Word document. With that serious. So please type your feedback in the chat and please fill out the feedback form. If you're a counselor therapist, or somebody in need, We want to know about you as well so that you can be a part of our planning for the future. Thanks to those who have filled out who have jumped into the WhatsApp group, because that way we are now connected. Thank you very much. So you'll know about what we're doing through these stages of relief, recovery, and reconstruction. You'll be in touch with us. All right. I don't know how short you can pray, Dr. Dunbar. So we'll have Dr. Dunbar pray very briefly. Dr. Dunbar.
What are you trying to say? But anyway, I'm going to pray.
The next time we have a session, you're going to be sharing about your recovery plans as well. So you have some more time.
Okay, I want to. Yes, I'm just coming back from preaching, and my husband is not well. So yes, and when you talk about impact, I haven't heard from Assistant St. Elizabeth and my nieces and stuff like that. So that's there. But let's pray. Thank you so much, and thank my colleagues. Awesome session. Father, I just thank you this evening, mighty God, that you'll continue to fill our hearts with hope in even the most hopeless situation. Your word tells us that you wish above all else that we prosper and be in good health, even as our soul prospers. And so I thank you, mighty God, for the persons who are here who are anxious. Your word tells them to be anxious for nothing, but in everything with prayer, supplication, and thanksgiving to make the requests known. And tonight, God, we had a platform where that can be shared. I thank you now that you will be the peace to them that passes their human and finite understanding, and that they will rely on Ephesians 3:20 that says, "Now unto you that is able, you are able to do everything and be everything to us in every situation." And for that, we give you thanks. We give you thanks for the therapist and for even to Shauna and the next steps and the group that shared. We thank you for every person that you will recalibrate them for the next step of the journey. We give you praise and thanks through Christ. Amen.
Amen. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Dunbar, for coming on board and supporting us. And Dr. Dunbar also helped us with her admin support, Damarley Dunbar, that was supporting us. That was courtesy of Dr. Dunbar. So they supported strongly with this session, and they will be a key feature in the activities that we'll be doing going forward. So at this time, we will leave on screen our relief activities. So we will be going to Westmoreland on Tuesday. So we would love for those of you who are in Jamaica who can make donations, those of you who are overseas who can make donations, we'll put the information on the screen as Cario is singing us out. If I were you, I will stay to the end of the song that he will be singing, but we'll put on the screen, and then we'll also share on the screen our Rural Rise project, where several entrepreneurs whose businesses were destroyed by the hurricane will be getting $100,000 grants to begin and linked into systems of support so they can get the millions that they probably need. So we will leave that on the screen so you can see the information, you can screenshot it, and so on. Well, and at the end of Cario's song, we invite everybody to have a good night, practice what you were told to practice by the therapist, and have a good rest. Cario, it's time for you to sing while I put this up on the screen.
All right, thank you. Someone just say, it's all right if I struggle a little while, you know? It's all right if I won't give up, even in this time. All right, no worries over my side. No matter what, don't want to try. Why, yes, we're taking it easy. Oh, Lord. Prayer daily by my bedside. Getting high from Bible verses. Now for smoke, just a go on easy. Na na na. No worries at all. Taking it easy. Na na na. No worries at all. Taking it easy. Boy, well the collector them a come and them well prepared for this. Wonder where it a go come from for me pay for this. God will provide. But right now, I'm taking it easy. Cause if you force life, it will stress you out. You will think that God just left you out. Just try your best to leave your problems to the Lord and take it easy. Ah, ah, ah. Hey. No, no, no. No worries at all. Taking it easy. Ah, ah, ah. No, no, no. No worries at all. Taking it easy. So we no worry about the bills them. Yeah. And we no worry about the strain them. Cause worry not gonna fix it. So we're taking it easy. Yeah. So we no worry about the bills them. Cause that to make you happy pop the pills them. And yet it not gonna fix it. So we're taking it easy. Ah, ah, ah. Ooh. No, no, no. No worries at all. We're taking it easy. Ah, ah, ah. No, no, no. No worries at all. We're taking it easy. Ah, ah, ah. Hallelujah. No, no, no. No worries at all. We're taking it easy. No, no, no. No worries at all. Jamaica, we're taking it easy.
Thank you very much, Cario. We will do our best to take it easy as we go through this period that we have never seen before and will never see again. Because as much as we're rising in resilience, we don't want to see anything like this again in Jamaica. So thank you so much, everyone that joined us this evening. It's such a pleasure having each and every one of you. You could have been doing something else, but we are asking that you share what you've learned and what you've experienced with others. If you can support a mission, support a mission. If you can support our mission with the information on the screen here as we go to Westmoreland on Tuesday, please do so. The information is on the screen. If you prefer the long-term stuff and you would prefer to work with helping these entrepreneurs, then please let us know and we'll continue to provide psychosocial care over the next several months and few years with the partners that specialize in psychosocial care. At this point, you are free to leave. Those who join the WhatsApp group, we will be sharing these details in the WhatsApp group as well. Please share what you've learned with the hashtag bounce forward so we can permeate the internet with the positivity and the hope. Next time, if you know somebody who have been directly affected, invite them to this space. We'll have somebody to speak directly to them and somebody to speak to the rest of us who were not directly affected. It's going to be good. If you come back, it won't be a repeat. So all of you should come back. You will get the date in your emails, in the WhatsApp group, and wherever you got this information tonight. Thank you so much. Looking forward to your continued support and hold me in your prayers as well. Blessings, everybody. Bye, Ellis. Thank you, Cario. Hope we haven't disturbed your rest too much.
No, this is something that was on my heart. So I really appreciate being here. It's really
Yeah, man. Much blessings.
Much blessings, much blessings. You have a free open mic as you're leaving.
Great job. Absolutely wonderful. Blessings to you.
Yes, blessings, everyone. We'll share the resources that we are able to share as well. And we will go through all your comments in the chat. Thank you for your generous comments as well. Hope you're feeling much better. We're hurting deeply, but we're in the long healing process together. The more of us are healed, there's the more of us who can help those who are still hurting deeply. So take care of yourselves. And if you can't find your family member, also let us know so we can share in our different networks. We look forward to see you at the next forum. Good night, everybody. Feel free to log out after you've done the form. You're welcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will definitely overcome and be stronger. Thank you so much. Please drop the form again, Damarley. Somebody is still saying, where is the form? Drop the form. The recording will be shared to the email that you used to sign up for this meeting, those who are asking. The therapists are saying willing to help anyone who is traumatized. Thank you, Nastasia Taylor. Olga said good session. Thank you so much. Those who are just joining, we're easing out. We're just quickly scrolling through our chat. All right. Lots of love for Cario there. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, so the recording has stopped and there are a few people in the room still staying with us. Hi, people who are still in the room. So the recording has stopped. Before we shut down.
Question
Okay.
before you shut down. I did not sign up with email. I saw the flyer in the guidance group. So how would I get?
Oh, it didn't ask you for a registration when you were logging in?
No.
Oh, interesting. People were able to come in without registering?
I was. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I thought that it was set on the registration mode, but maybe because I switched it from 100 participants to 300 last minute, maybe throw out some of the functionalities.
I came in without registered.
All right.
Also,
Did you fill out the form?
I just did, but I didn't see any email for the form.
There at the bottom just says put your contact details. I guess we probably should have directly said email, but because I thought I would have gotten everybody's email.
No, I didn't see that either. I didn't see that at the bottom.
All right, leave your email addresses in the chat for all the persons that wants a recording. We probably have to edit it down a tad bit. So just give us your patience. I'm going to try to edit it down. And the first part, somebody had asked if they could share their AI and it caused a split in the recording with the beginning and the second half. So we have to compile it as well. So I'm seeing everybody's email. Can you share back the bits that my number and my email address as well? So I'm going to share my most popular email address. At this point, the formal meeting is over. I'm just lingering with those who may want to chat and get some of these things sorted. All right, so my contact is there, so you can contact.
Is that the WhatsApp number?
That's the WhatsApp, yes. So my WhatsApp is there, so you can WhatsApp me there. That number has become my public number. I've had that number from third form all my life, so it can't be private again. My private number is a different number, but I have that phone in my hand every day, so I will see. But I'm thinking that next time we probably need to have somebody to speak definitely to parents and teachers who have children going back to school and to the directly affected. And then I will do the general sharing. So if you have any other ideas about areas that we need to focus on in the next one, feel free to share that as well. Yeah. We will shut down this call at 10 o'clock, just so you know. We're trying to copy and paste the chat and all of that.
All right. Have a blessed night. I am logging out. And thanks much.
Sadie Muirhead, where are you from, Sadie?
I'm from St. Mary, living in Kingston. Originally from St. Elizabeth.
Oh, how's your family down there?
I have not been able to contact
Can you leave the names of your family member with us in the chat? So we can add them to the list of people that we're looking for. There is an app that was created as well where you can find the family member who you're searching for and so on. So we'll share that in the group. That was created by some technology experts today. Okay.
Lady Mullings.
Yes,
hear me?
boss. Mr. Dex?
Yes, just checking if you will have trips organized to go down to St.
Where-
Elizabeth or anything of the sort, and how
When
would we become a part?
So did you log into the WhatsApp group?
No, I just sent the information for the WhatsApp group a while ago. I just saw the information for the WhatsApp group.
All right. We're going to Westmoreland on Tuesday, all things being equal. There are certain things that we're finalizing, Damarley.
Well, yes, we're working on it.
Okay. But we have the drop-off location. It was on screen earlier. Probably I should put it back. So it depends the transport, because there are 7 key people who are definitely going. So if we get the coaster bus, there are other people who are in the WhatsApp group that should be able to come to Westmoreland with us, because there are some unreached communities that we're trying to reach. So we're going to use tomorrow and so on to get all the rest of the supplies and all of that. The drop-off location is at Manizini Road, or you can collect me and I can tell you where you can find me to drop it, right? So we're working on that. In terms of going back to St. Elizabeth, I'm not so sure, but there's a set of items that I'm going to get from a foundation that were promised. But for that one, I'm trying to get underwears, powdered bleach, liquid baby feeding, things outside of the norm is what I'm trying to get for that trip. So we may go back to St. Elizabeth, I'm not sure, or we might go to Trelawney. Since I know, and I'm originally from St. Thomas, so even though they are not heavily affected, I'm going to see them on Friday to check in with my hometown people. But we're trying, we may go back to St. Elizabeth. We'll keep you posted in the WhatsApp group.
What about Westmoreland?
Westmoreland is on Tuesday. That's the planned one.
Oh, that's what you said. Oh.
Yes. So Tuesday we're going to Westmoreland. So we're going to do some groundwork as well, because Damarley can talk a little bit about the overtime psychosocial care that we'll be doing, but people need help to survive right now. So yeah, go ahead.
You're on
Oh, we're
YouTube.
still on
you're on
YouTube.
YouTube.
I just wanted to point that out. Sorry for cutting anybody.
Oh,
We're still
thank
streaming
you.
to YouTube.
Okay,
So I don't know if you want to stop
you
that.
can go ahead and talk. Let me figure out how to end YouTube.
All right, but in
I'm going to
terms of
remove the video from YouTube, so don't feel too contained. That was just for people
okay.
putting it in. I'm going to delete
Okay,
it.
no problem. All right, so for us, I'm sorry for the person who I cut. But for us, for CDMI, we're looking to